Hi everyone, this is daveac on Blip TV, and this is episode 057 on Friday the 21st of August 2009, and it could well be the first of these episodes that gets up on YouTube as well, as Blip TV have added the facility to distribute it via that as well. So fingers crossed, although I'm a little bit worried because my videos are usually over 10 minutes. If you hear the whine, I do the whine at the end. Well, the strapline for this week is the greatest in who, sport, fashion, tech, culture and wine. We don't half give you a lot here. Well, there's been quite a little bit of Doctor Who news, and first can I just start by saying happy birthday of yesterday to Sylvester McCoy, 7th Doctor. It was his birthday yesterday. I've, in his honour, joined his Facebook page, the 7th Doctor Facebook page and the Sylvester McCoy page. The other really exciting news is that they've released the first little picture of the new look animated Doctor Who story that's going to go out, and thanks to Randa Thor, Louis Trapani, and of course the BBC website. And I've just got a little small picture of it up here. Let's see if we can just get it into focus and on the screen. First look at the new animated Doctor Who, and this will be on the internet. It's not going to be live. So BBC Today releases the first image of the animated Doctor as he will appear in the new animation Dreamland. 6-part series will be premiered by the red button on BBC One and the Doctor Who website. The 45-minute long animation will be broadcast in its entirety on CBBC, on BBC Two's Autumn, and also on the BBC High Definition channel. So really exciting. And sorry about that, my chair's squeaking a bit while I'm doing that. Okay. So that is really exciting news. Now, in more personal information about Doctor Who and things, we had, with the Gallifreyan Embassy, the Second Life meetup on Sunday at Katrina Land, where there was a DJ and lots of people came there. We talked a little bit about it on the Cultdom Chronicles that we did on the Sunday afterwards, but this was on last Saturday, and it was a great turnout. Victor First Mornington gave us a tour around earlier in the day around some of the different TARDIS consoles, and then we all had this meet-up. And I don't think I can mention all the names, but Tu Hartman Lewis was there, and Kirsty Pixel, the 6th Doctor, myself, Dave AC, as Dave AC Footman, David Huey was there. Lots of people were there under their different Second Life guises, and I can't remember any more names at the moment, but that was really good, and they're now going to be done every 3 months. And the other thing is that this coming Sunday, we will be on the 23rd of August, we will be doing Doctor Who on our Cultdom Collective. Remember, we do on this podcast do all sorts of science fiction and cult programs, but we're returning to Doctor Who quite often, and it will be I Am the Doctor, whether you like it or not. And it's going to be talking about people's initial reactions to each of the different Doctors when they arrived on our screens, or when you first saw them, if you were looking back to the old classic series. And hopefully you will join us for that. It's the Cultdom Collective podcast, TalkShow ID 54821 at 3:30 Eastern Daylight Time. That's 3:30 p.m. And the show usually goes on about an hour and a half. A little bit of news first, and then the main subject. And if you go to my DAC 100 site, or indeed our Cultdom Chronicles site for the show, which is at cultdom.com, or indeed to the Facebook page that we have for the Cultdom Collective, you'll see a little video I did that's mainly on my DAC 100 YouTube site, inviting you to that show. So that's quite a little bit of Who news and podcasting news. Well, there's also been quite a bit of other stuff. I mean, I'm quite interested in sport, and I'm just going to check my notes here because I want to get it right. We've got the World Athletics going on at the moment. I mean, Usain Bolt, fastest man that ever lived, eh? Done the 100 metre, it did the 100 metres in 9.58 seconds, below 9.6. Absolutely phenomenal. Jessica Ennis, one of the British athletes, is now a heptathlon champion. What else have we got? Oh yes, Andy Murray, not in athletics of course, but in tennis, is now the world's number 2, just behind Roger Federer. Absolutely all brilliant stuff that. So really, really good things happening in the sport world. I don't think we're doing so well on the cricket with Australia, so I'll just keep quiet about that, shall I? Right, let's go on. Fashion. No, I'm not doing a strip to increase my ratings. When we were at the Second Life meetup, Ian had turned the new Cultdom Collective t-shirt that we had into a Second Life t-shirt, but I have on the Cultdom Collective t-shirt. Now it's just a text one for now, but let's see if we can see it. Sorry about my squeaky chair. There we are, let's have a look. The Cultdom Collective podcast, Talkshow ID 54821, and I'll show you the back of it another time when we've fitted in. Well, what else? Yes, so that's sport, Doctor Who, fashion, tech, big time for announcement, because there's the Gamescom 09 going on in Germany, I think it is, and Sony have been using this to make a lot of announcements. There's the new PlayStation 3 Slim model coming out, 33% slimmer, 30%, 36% lighter. It's got a 120 gig hard drive in it. Otherwise, the specifications are pretty much the same as the old one, but there has been a price reduction. From I think yesterday, the PlayStation has dropped to $299 in the States and to £249 here in the UK. So you could, if you wanted, snatch up one of the older ones that's out. You only have to wait till the 1st of September to get one of these new ones. And they also were talking about the new software for the PlayStation 3, the version 3 coming out. I think I've mentioned that before. And they also have been demoing their new effective way of tracking for 3D movement, for 3D control of the games. Although some people believe that Microsoft's system, which is called Nadal, I think, not Nadal, let me get it right, Natal, is actually better, because that is a system of tracking your actual body. You don't actually need a controller at all. It recognises where your hands and your body stance is and so on. So there's some good little clips on that. Gosh, this chair's squeaking. Sorry about that. What else? Ooh. Other big news, there was the first showing of the trailer for the James Cameron Avatar film. This is his big piece that he's been working on for some time now. It's going to be, well, it is being done in 3D, and you can actually go and see it in a cinema with 3D, although in actual fact there's not that many cinemas that can show it because of the costs of converting the theatres to show 3D, but it's supposed to be an absolute stunning film, and he's taken an unprecedented step. I mentioned a week or so ago about The Prisoner going to the States and them playing about a 9-minute trailer. Well, would you believe James Cameron is showing a 15-minute trailer? I've just seen the little short trailer on the Apple site at the moment, but there's going to be a 15-minute trailer out there. So, that's a lot of things, isn't it? Let's go on. Well, I think that's about the actual tech. Let's go on to the culture bit. Oh no, that was it. One more thing about tech. On a personal note, backups. After all the trouble I had with my internet connection, I thought I'd better start doing backup. And what I'm doing, I'm using DVDs and doing, full backups. I've done 3 and I've got about another 3 to do to back up all my data. So I do urge you, if you really do depend on the stuff that's on your computer's hard drive, find a way of backing up either with an external hard drive, offline storage, or just do what I do, buy a stack of DVDs and write to that. And now to a DVD of a different kind. Some classical music, which we have now and again on this show. And this time it's Ravel and Debussy. Let's hope the auto-focusing is clicking in there. But this is Herbert von Karajan with the Berliner Philharmoniker. And this is a mid-priced Deutsche Grammophon CD. It's been out for some time from their Galleria range. And the one I want to actually play to you is actually track 6. It's Prelude la Pré Mini de Forme. And I can never get that right. My pronunciation is obviously Prelude à la Après-midi d'une Fon. And let's hear a little bit of that now. Very haunting. I hope it's coming across. Such a slow introduction, but I'm going to have to stop it soon. Let me just move it on a little bit. And as usual, I'm going to have to stop it. It is upsetting, to have to stop these things because I love it. So that is a mid-price. It's 64 minutes long and highly recommended classical piece of music. Now, for weeks I've been putting off talking about the latest book that I'm rereading. Whenever I recommend a book on here, and it's more of a recommendation than a review, it's usually one that I'm rereading, and it's The Postman. Now, actually, it's rather apt that I'm doing The Postman today, because the little T-shirt that I've shown you, there's a second one of those winging its way over to Ian, the Sixth Doctor, my co-host on the Culton Collective, and hopefully it will arrive today, because he's going off to Hurricane Who to meet the Seventh Doctor, whose birthday it was yesterday. Wish him happy birthday from me, please, Ian. And he's hoping to have his T-shirt to wear for that meeting. Okay, well, I've not got very far into it, but actually this is working quite well. Let me just read you a little bit about what it says on this little screen I've got to the side of me. Postman, 1985, is a post-apocalyptic novel by David Brin. A drifter stumbles across a uniform of an old United States Postal Service letter carrier and gives hope to humanity threatened by local warlords and empty promises from the restored United States of America. Now, this was actually made into a film with Kevin Costner in 1997. Let me just read you a little bit where he stumbles across. The Jeep was one of those reverse driver on the right types that the post office had used back in the once upon a time before the Doom War. The dead mailman, or what was left of him, was slumped over the far side. Gordon avoided looking at the skeleton for the moment. The storage area of the truck was nearly full with canvas sacks. The smell of old paper filled the small cabin with at least as much faded odour as the mummified remains. With hopeful oath, Gordon snatched up the metal flask from the shift well. It sloshed. To have held liquid for 16 years or more, it must be well sealed. Gordon swore as he twisted and prized at the cap. He pounded against the frame and then tacked it again. Maybe, if I've been a good boy, maybe indeed if there is a God, there'll be some of the whiskey left inside. He took a mouthful and coughed as the warming fire streamed down. 2 more small swallows and he fell back against the seat, breathing almost a sigh. He wasn't yet ready to face removing the jacket draped over the skeleton's narrow shoulders. Gordon grabbed the sacks, bearing the imprint U.S. Postal Service. Now, he saw this at first as his meal ticket, because he thought if he tried to take these letters, that the odd villages and settlements would at least feed him and welcome him. But it's called Postman by David Brin, highly recommended, and I am rereading it at the moment. Well, we've gone on for a long time, and I am just about up to the wine, which is also a little bit of a tech item, because it might not be the greatest wine, but look at that. It's a summer picnicking type of new. It's, well, new to me certainly, way of providing a small satchel of wine, and it contains 187 centilitres. It's J.P. Jeanette Cabernet Syrah. And normally, of course, I have my wine poured out because, you know, to let the air get to it. But we want to just see how this works. Let's see if I don't spill it all over my keyboard. I'm just going to move it to the side, so if it spills, no, it's okay. And we'll pour it out, or some of it out. Ah, look, silver foil on the end. Take that off. A bit like the ones I'm on toothpaste. I'm only going to put a little bit out because I want that to actually stand up. And straight out, of course. Give it a bit of a swish. Well, there is definitely dark fruit there, but quite a sort of that forest flory sort of smell you get with these wines. Almost a mushroomy smell. Let's hope that's not the back. Lots of cherry, black cherry, I think. A little bit of tannin, but not much. It's more of an earthiness. There's definite earthiness there. A little bit of tannin's coming through it, but it's not a very long aftertaste. But it's certainly pleasant, and there's no taste from the actual container on that. It would be a very pleasant drink for an outdoor picnic. Light and easy to carry, will not break on impact, easy to open and reseal, easy to dispose of. It tells you more about the packaging. Let's hope that focuses on there. More about the packaging than it does about the wine. And here we go. The wine is great on its own as well with food. Ruby red colour, intense and clear. Nose full of cherry, blackcurrant, green peppers, licorice and spices. Yes, I got some of the spices. Round on the palate, pleasant wine with a powerful aroma. Well, a medium aroma. I certainly got the fruit. I didn't get the licorice, but I got the spice and the sort of earthiness with it. And with that, this is Dave AC saying, catch you next time on Blip TV. Bye all.